Alright, welcome everyone to another casted game here. This is the sequel to the Battle of the Australians between Gilv and Snoopa in the ranked ladder play here. And we got a little bit of a switch up here as they have chosen new civilizations for this rematch. And we've got Snoopa in the color pink here, playing as the Abbasid dynasty on the eastern side of the map. Meanwhile, Gilv has returned as the French. It is on the west side of the map in the color blue. Last game I think was on high view. However, this one is Lipany with a Taiga Summer biome. That's what it was. And we're going to do a bit of a fast forward just to speed this along in the early part of the game. Gilv has one scout going east, exploring that side of the map, gathering sheep, and one going west. So, and pivoting, exploring the edges. Love to see it. It's looking real good. And meanwhile, Snoopa's got just a single scout out so far, and is mostly looking at that east side of the map. Still gathering a bunch of sheep, so looking really awesome here. So both players are getting off to a good start. Gilv has almost explored the entire map at 3 minutes in, so that's looking pretty excellent. And alright, we're just going back to normal speed here. Alright, we'll do 2 times. Gilv has the School of Cavalry coming up here. No surprises there. And Snoopa is going for the economic wing of the House of Wisdom. And we're seeing age ups coming up here right at about that 4-minute mark. Excuse me, just have a cold here. Got the sniffles. But with Lipany, you get some weird parts of the map, and this one is especially weird to me. You have this long and thin, got the giggles, sorry. This long, thin mountain range here, which doesn't really lend to any sort of real base building. It's just kind of an awkward shaped part of the map. And you've got these little round, stone outcroppings, you might say, here on the bottom side of the map. So that does look interesting. You might see some keeps going up there. We'll see. For anyone else that has a little bit of a quagmire mind, you're welcome for the giggles on that one. So, anyway, I digress. These 2 scouts here are hacking away at each other near the gold mine on the opposite side of the map. And they just stopped. They just said, you know what, bro? Good match. Good match. And yeah, Gilv is scouting out his opponent here. He's looking at what Snoopa's doing. He's trying to check this out. And scouts on both ends that are just really kind of checking it out. And yeah, alright, I think we're in a lull here, so I'm going to speed it up again. Not a whole lot happening. The first Royal Knight is on the field. We've also got a Spearman for the Abbasids. So, alright, the Royal Knight comes in over here by the stone outcropping and attacks the villagers. I think one of them is about to go down. One villager dies. Abbasid Spearman chasing this Royal Knight away. About half health now. Flanking over to the... Play Ring Around the Rosie here. Ring Around the Rosie. Yeah, that, you know that's going in the thumbnail. That's too good. That's funny. Oh my god, another villager goes down. Cheeky play here from Gilv, man. That was pretty good. I like it. I like it, man. Cool, and another Royal Knight here is coming in and is attacking villagers on the wood line. I think Gilv is trying a new strategy here that the last game he wasn't really going after vills as much. I think he was doing something different, but he seems to have a new idea here of what he's doing, and I like it. I like what I'm seeing. It's pretty good. And this Royal Knight, oh god, the Spearman just barely kills him. I thought the Knight had that. It was close, but yeah, the Knight dies. This one over here, still playing Ring Around the Rosie with these Spearmen and the villagers, just harassing Snoopa's stone miners. And now we've got another town center going up next to that stone mine, so that's going to be a defensive position. This other Royal Knight goes down, and the flanks have been killed off. So that was That was cheeky. I love it. Alright, another Royal Knight's coming out here. I'm speeding it up, but we're gonna follow on with this guy here. Attacking the villagers as they build that town center, and the spearmen chase him off. Is fully in retreat with that scout and the sheep. So, and now he's flanking around the other side. Got an archer there as well to help take out some of those spearmen. Alright, we're gonna slow it down. These archers... oh god, we've also got a horseman for the opposite, okay. Can these archers do anything to help deal with this? Well, they're definitely useful for spearmen, but if you've got a mass of spears, it quickly becomes uncontrollable. And another town center coming out here from Snoopa. I think that's partly for the deer, but also just as a defensive position near. There's walls by the wood line to also help keep Gilv's knights out. There's scouts all around the base here, keeping an eye on what Snoopa's doing. Keeping a good line of sight for Gilv. So that's looking real strong. The archer's getting absolutely wrecked by those spearmen. Knights coming in for a charge and saying, nope, we're gonna get killed. So they nope out of there, and they're doing a fake out here where they're keeping Snoopa guessing. Another town center goes up there for the opposite. And Gilv here, he has his own second town center, gathering up some deer, doing hefty villager production. And Royal Knights steadily coming out onto the field. And I think we've officially exited the early game, and are now in the mid game. I'm gonna fast forward, because we're in a little bit of a lull yet again. It happens. It's always points to the game. Palisade walls coming up here for Gilv, on either side of the mountain range, here, as we will call it. And, yeah. So, they're just getting their armies ready. Gilv has the knights trying to flank around. And the spears are saying, nope, nope, we are after you. We see what you're doing. One knight goes here, attacks the villagers on the wood line. Excellent, looking good. Meanwhile, the other knight keeps those spearmen busy. And, yeah, Gilv was now being chased off by those two horsemen and a wolf. And it looks like that Royal Knight is gonna die. And the Royal Knight goes down. And so does the scout here. The scout, it looks like, is getting killed off. Maybe not quite. And just to walk away from that fight. There was a brief invasion here by Snoopa, which failed in Gilv's base. Yep, the scout goes down, and the horseman charges away. Still got two Royal Knights here on the far east side of the map for Gilv. It looks like a planned opposite mill, which has effectively been cancelled at this point. And now Snoopa's coming in for a full-on charge. Got spears and horsemen in the base of Gilv. Or not the main base, but on one of these side bases with the extra town centers. And that is going to go down. For sure, that thing is going to die. Villagers trying to repair it. Interesting. Jump right back in. Doing a fake out. I love it. Excellent. Villagers jumping in the other town center. Here we go. Royal Knights coming in to defend it. There we go. That was a successful defense. Buying time for the Knights to come in and help save the day. Archers and spears attacking those horsemen on the front line. Royal Knights coming in to help try to clean it up. And the spears for the opposite come in now and put the hurt on. Got several units that have died in the field there. Gilv in full retreat coming behind his military production buildings as more archers are coming out to assist this army. Villagers jumping inside the town center and trying to defend against this opposite army, which is really on the attack here. Putting on the hurt. More Royal Knights have died. And it looks like that skirmish is over. As Snoopa says, alright, I'm going to pull back and not fully commit because I don't want to lose too many troops. A couple Royal Knights doing a fake out here on the front line, keeping the enemy busy. And that one town center here that was damaged has been repaired almost all the way. So, keeping the positions intact. Excuse me, still got a cold here, just sniffles. But I like the base building here for Gilv. He's got lumber camps, he's got mills and palisade walls. It's looking like a fairly strong position. The opposite, Snoopa's doing the same thing with outposts and mills on the front line. So they're They're kind of gearing up for trench warfare here a little bit. Opposite army is posturing right next to that sacred site. We might be seeing a monk coming out, or an imam, who's going to try to cap that. I imagine we're going to see that happen. We're 15 minutes into this game here. We've got about 7 minutes left before this ends. And I have no idea who wins this one either. I didn't look. I'm interested to see what happens. It honestly is either person's game right now. It could go either way. We're seeing very sizable armies in very favorable spawn points. Alright, and the opposite army here is attacking the palisade walls. They are coming in on this this eastern side of the base. And it looks like the French army is here to meet them as the palisade wall goes down. They charge through the breach, and the armies engage. Spearmen versus archers, with horsemen on the back line coming after the Royal Knights. They come in for the charge with that extra bonus. Take out a couple horsemen. Very solid move. Very solid maneuver for Gilv. That worked really well. Playing right around the rosy here. Knights coming around in the back line. And flanking the spears while the archers kill them off. And it looks like that was Gilv's skirmish there. He won that battle handily with some very solid maneuvering. Great strategy, taking out many spears and horsemen, losing only a few Royal Knights in the process, and now this miniature skirmish after the fact, just cleaning up the rest of that army. Handily achieves a victory there on that battlefield. That was excellent for Gilv, and now he is on the offensive. Moving forward with Royal Knights and their healing bonus and the archers in, strong numbers there with the occasional spearmen coming to the front line. Gilv is looking really good here. He's in a great spot. Drink of water here. Yeah, man, Gilv is doing really good right now. This is some solid play. Yeah, he's gotten lucky there with a couple battles. Now he's coming into Snoop's base, and he's going to put the hurt on some of these military buildings, it looks like. Killing off a couple villagers and attacking some spears and everything. Being very wary of the opposite army there, because the camel archers and the spearmen en masse are going to be hard to deal with. So not trying to commit too early to all that, but kind of parading through the enemy's base here, forcing villagers off that wood line and onto another wood line on the west side. And the archers are going to play the bait here. They're going to be in slim pickings for those spears and horsemen, while the Royal Knights are able to get away. Gonna have to take some allergy medicine after this game here. We're stuffed up. And we've got some extra spears and archers here that have kind of joined the fray. And it looks like Gilv is going into retreat, actually, because the enemy army is a little bit too strong to deal with. So he just has to get into a better spot here, which is what we're seeing. The Royal Knights pulling back to the base, archers and spears in tow. And it looks like Snoop is now back on the offensive after a steady, very solid base defense there. So still looks like either player's game. I mean, they're both doing really well. But Snoop is coming in here to wreak havoc on these town centers, the gold mines and the farms. Alright, Gilv is the first to get, I'm sorry, he's not the first to get to the Castle Age. I must have missed that for the opposite, because there's fewer landmarks, but Gilv joins the Castle Age now. This opposite army is cleaning up the French villagers right off those berry bushes. Just, that is tough. Gilv's losing a lot of villagers here. It's like a 20-vill kill, and Snoop really laying it on here. That was tough. Snoop's got 97 villagers now. Gilv has 81 after losing several to that little battle there. The first town center goes down with one villager trapped inside of it. And moving on to the second one here, it looks like that one is also going to go down. French army posturing for a defense. The villagers retreating, moving back towards this main base here. Here's what they're going to do. They might be... Okay, they're going for stone, it looks like. Stone and wood. We might be seeing a keep come up, or we might see some kind of walls. I have to imagine that there's going to be something like that, because Gilv is very much on the defensive here. huge opposite army along with the mangonel. That catapult is going to really be tough to deal with. Because we don't have Springles on the field yet. Siege Workshop coming up for the French, very awesome. Blacksmith is up, and Guild can start doing some more research. At the Royal Institute as well, so that will help. But the school cavalry here is going down. It looks like the opposite army is laying into it with catapults on the back line that are firing away. And meanwhile, Guild here has got his army ready. He's just deciding how he wants to use it. Villagers on the farms that are going to be vulnerable here in a minute. The School of Cavalry goes down, and that does hurt the military production. Opposite army is blowing up the stables and the barracks, or barracksy, or just barracks, whatever the plural form is. Catapults assaulting the town center, and it looks like that TC is going to go down here, unless if Guild can put a stop to it. Oh god, the villagers. The camel archers make very short work of them, killing them off several at a time. A few flee, but that's rough. That is tough. I think we're about to see game here. Snupa is blowing up that original town center. And catapults easily helping out with that. Guild's army still here, looking to protect the villagers on the back line. We get a Springle that might be dealing with those catapults. Is he going to get a shot off? It gets one shot off. Catapult is half dead. And the Arab Knights come in. And it looked okay, so one catapult was down. The other one is half health. He's gonna take him out. And Guild takes out the second catapult. Hell yeah. There we go. Hell yeah. Short work of those catapults. But the opposite army still here is... Oh no. Oh no, he's putting a keep up. Oh, Snupa. Snupa's got it. He plans a keep. And the French army has been killed. And this is Snupa's game, so Guild surrenders. This is a good game, man. GG. Well played. Well played, gentlemen. And great game. Awesome play here. Love it. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And checking out this really awesome game. So do stay tuned. We got one more casting game here that I'm going to be recording. And cannot wait to share it. So thanks for watching, and we don't see you in the next one. Have a good day.